morning, West Michigan. I'm Emily Scarlett.
Very nice to see you this morning. I'm Tanner Holbrook. Thank you so much for waking up with us and watching on 13 Plus. All right, severe threat yesterday. That's out of the way now. Waking up to snowfall.
Waking up to snowfall.
What is this?
What a roller coaster ride that we've been under over the last 24 hours, and it's kind of going to continue. We also continue on with chances for severe weather again this week. So we really need to be prepared if the season here in West Michigan. It looks like we could be seeing additional rounds of that just as soon as this Wednesday. So if you felt unprepared in any sort of way yesterday afternoon by those storms, we now ask that you take the time over the next 2 days to get your mindset right as we do head into another dynamic system Wednesday afternoon. But our highest wind gust report, 96 miles per hour in Jackson. Cascade had an 81 mile per hour wind gust reported. Jamestown 72 miles per hour. The Grand Rapids Airport an 80 mile per hour wind gust. Behind this system, we're only left with a little bit of light snowfall coming down and then cloud coverage for the remainder of our Wednesday. But as cleanup efforts are underway and this low pressure system continues to clear out of here, we will have a few light flurries and much colder temperatures in its wake. So it's going to be a chilly afternoon outside. We're sitting at 35 degrees currently in Grand Rapids, 32 in Big Rapids, and 35 in Muskegon. School commute forecast today will make it into actually our strongest wind gust on record at the Grand Rapids Airport at 81 miles per hour. Jackson saw a 96 mile per hour wind gust, and that was not associated with tornadic activity. Yes, we did have rotation. Yes, we did have a spotted tornado in Newaygo. The crews will be out today assessing any damage. This was all purely wind associated with that line of thunderstorms. So needless to say, that storm had a lot of strength and a lot of umph to it. It continues to work off to the east now, and you can see based on our satellite and radar beyond a couple patches of light flurries, light drizzle coming down across the region. We are back underneath dry conditions as this low continues to clear the area. There is still severe weather associated and embedded within that line of storms, but we are now on the back half, the safer side, but colder side this morning. 32 degrees currently in Big Rapids, 35 in Grand Rapids, and 34 right now in South Haven. As we head throughout the day today, we are going to see our temperatures moving at 70 miles per hour, 70 to even 96 mile per hour wind gusts embedded within the storm. One spotted tornado as of right now that was just to the south of Croton in Newaygo County. The National Weather Service will be headed out there to assess that damage today. There's so much damage though scattered across West Michigan, and there were multiple areas of weak rotation from Ada stretching through portions of Hastings and up into Lowell that I also think the National Weather Service will likely need to check out. Our strongest wind gust report was 96 miles per hour in Jackson. Cascade at 81 miles per hour. The Grand Rapids Airport set a new record for strongest winds at an 81 mile per hour wind gust as well. That can do just as much damage as we're seeing this morning as a weak tornado can. That low pressure system continuing to glide off to the east. Behind it, we still have some fairly strong winds producing a little bit of light flurry action. Notice the uptick in wind speeds at the end of the frame here. That's when we see the arrival of our next system. That next system could be just as powerful as the one we experienced yesterday. We've got the low pressure system and its associated cold front continuing to work off to the east. Strong winds still driving in behind it. That's again wrapping in that colder air mass. Will be cloudy this morning. Cloud coverage breaks apart after 3 to 4 p.m. and we're back underneath sunny skies. Those clear conditions continue overnight tonight and into your Tuesday morning, allowing our temperatures to fall back off into the 20s. Increasing cloud coverage throughout the day on Tuesday, and then here comes our next system. There's two things I'm going to watch for with this system. Its initial arrival could move through as a wintry mix, so we'll have to watch for freezing rain on the leading edge of it Wednesday morning. Then what's going to happen is a surge of warm air pushes in just as the line of storms approaches our area. This could potentially take our temperatures into the 60s. As that contrast in air happens, right, we go from freezing rain type conditions to mid 60s and thunderstorms. That's where we could create that power dynamic to potentially, whereas the storms rolled through from 4:30 yesterday evening until 6:30, moving at a track of 70 miles per hour. So very quick moving storms, getting so many photos sent in to us like this. This was out in Fruitport. A tree completely toppled over on a house. You've got impassable roadways in Lowell. This is Lincoln Lake in 4 Mile. We also are seeing trampolines that were frequently used as saucers with those winds yesterday. I could count about 10 to 15 photos that I've seen just like that one. And this was in Calhoun County. We often associate wind damage maybe with more unstable buildings. This is a brick building that's completely scattered across the street. So needless to say, this was a very strong and powerful line of storms that moved through. Our highest wind gust report.
Yeah, the top one I think was Pinto.
I was wondering which is
so
which.
too.
I couldn't
Which
tell.
is which.
Yeah.
I'm going with Pinto
Yeah,
for
lots
the
of
top.
dogs probably hiding under blankets yesterday
yesterday.
evening with those.